I have one tattoo. It's on my foot and it's bright pink.
I have one on my left rib cage, and it's a Bible verse, Isaiah 43:2. That was my first one. My second one was the Oklahoma shield, and what I am making into a half sleeve as not necessarily an emblem of state pride, even though I was born here in Oklahoma, but more so as a piece of art to remember all of the change that I've gone through in the past few years that I've spent here. And then my fourth one is a tattoo on the inside of my right arm, and it's an old note that my mom wrote me.
It was kind of like a rebellious type thing, as I'm sure a lot of tattoos are. And right before we sat down and he put the thing on, I changed my mind. I was like, no, I want a treble clef on the back of my arm. So I got a treble clef on the back of my left arm. My 19th birthday came around and I wanted to even it out, and so I got the bass clef on the back of my right arm.
It's just a little tattoo on my foot that says, "Choose Jesus." It's kind of like my mantra in life. It's kind of the words I felt like God had given me and said over me just to help me, get through life, basically.
They mean to me individuation. For me, it's always just been at the very root of it, art for art's sake.
I didn't want to be a typical sorority girl, and it bothered me that so much of what I had to do, everyone was so similar. And I mean, they weren't really, but it appeared that way to me. And so I really wanted to just, define myself in certain ways. And that was one avenue I chose that I thought would just help me, feel more like myself, and just knowing, I don't have to fit into this little box.
What I would say my tattoos mean to me, music is my passion. It's what fuels everything that I do. And so I guess you could call it a reminder just to stay pure to what I love and do what I love to do.
I started struggling with depression throughout college, which was a new thing for me. And so it started becoming, choose life. And by choosing to live and choosing life, I was choosing Jesus. It was just such a reminder for me, and it sounds so cheesy, but it's almost like God knew I needed that on my foot, freshman year, to get me through, the hard times of junior year.
I think the stigma around tattoos is decreasing as we go on through society. Part of having a tattoo is it fading and getting wrinkly.
My favorite part of my tattoo is that it's kind of coming off, but I kind of like it because it just kind of reminds me of the imperfectness, and I just like that kind of stuff. So I love that it's not perfect, and that it's bright pink and different and just weird and typical of me to get a tattoo like that.
My favorite part about my tattoos, I guess I don't see them a lot, so I forget that I have them since they're on the back of my arms. And whenever people compliment or are like, "Oh, hey, I like your tattoos," then I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I do have tattoos." But it's kind of cool that I can forget that I have them.
I think it's made me appreciate art more, especially tattoo as an art, because I'll be out and about and I'll see someone with a tattoo, and I'll think about the decision-making process that they went through to get it, and what it means to them, and how it stands as art in terms of technical prowess and things like that. I think if an image strikes me, or if something happens that I want to remember, physically, for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be opposed to getting more.
I want it to be something thought out, and so I would love to get another one. I want to get it on my side, really thin handwriting that says, "Live freely." It's just another mantra that I've had the last couple years, just learning how to really fully live and live life to the fullest, and in that, just finding that freedom that we were intended to live with. So that's what I would love to get, but we'll see if it happens.